Hi, and welcome to this Champions League podcast. I'm Oscar, also known as Popemeister on YouTube. I'm here with my co host.
Hello, my name is Daniel, and we're here to talk about mostly the second leg of the round of 16 of this year's Champions League. And we're going to start off with on the Tuesday on the 5th of March with our game between Dortmund and Tottenham. Now, the first game at Tottenham Stadium finished 3-0 to Tottenham. And I would say it was a showing by the Spurs or Tottenham manager Pochettino in the second half, coming out with a new new setup that really made them better than they were in the first half, and it really paved their way to the victory.
Yeah,
Now, we did predictions for all the games we're going to talk about today. The first leg, we did predictions a few weeks ago, and for this, we actually both went with 2-0 wins for Dortmund.
that
So,
didn't pay out.
yeah, we start really bad.
Yeah, that was almost ridiculously bad.
Yeah. Though, a slight spoiler, this is the worst we'll do. But we'll get on to the next ones later on.
Yeah.
Now, of course, as said, Dortmund at home, but they are 3-0 down.
Yeah.
So it's not looking that bright.
And
Now,
Tottenham has Harry Kane back, so.
yes, that is massive. Now,
Yeah.
actually, look, if you talk about the injuries, he was injured in the last game. Now, they still have Dele Alli out. Tottenham has still Dele Alli out until the middle of March, is what we've heard so far, with a muscle strain in his thigh. Now, of course, Borussia Dortmund are missing probably, I would say, their most important player in Marco Reus, and we don't know when he will be back.
Yeah, I have a
And they're
hard time
also
seeing.
missing Pulisic on the
Yeah.
right hand
I
side.
have a
So
hard time seeing they're turning this around, even if it's at home.
yeah, 3-0 down without their, I would say, chief creator, their most important player on the pitch.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Tottenham just need one goal to close this affair, in my opinion.
Yeah, if they get one goal away from home, Dortmund needs to score 5 to go through.
Yeah.
So I don't think that will be possible.
No. They have a really hard time turning this around, and I don't gonna say the exact result in the league, but it's not looking too convincing there either. They've
Yeah,
been
they're a little bit
having a
worse
lot of
right now.
draws.
Yeah. So not the strongest Dortmund we've seen this season at the moment.
No.
So yeah.
And this was
So if you talk about predictions for this game, or do you want to say something else?
I also said that this was the biggest surprise for me, the result here, actually.
Yes.
That was like, wow. And we were
Yeah.
counting them out because one thing was Harry Kane, who is going to score for them.
Exactly.
But they had a solution for that. And in one way, that solution was Vertonghen.
Yeah. A fun fact, if you didn't know this already, Jan Vertonghen had 1 goal and 1 assist on the last day against Dortmund, and it was only the second time in his entire career that he's done that, scored a goal and assist in the same game. So it was really a special night.
Yeah, it's
for
not
him.
the most usual goal scorer, but he's a quality player.
Indeed.
He's playing in the back, so he shouldn't be a goal scorer like
Indeed.
every time. But he's stable. And I was thinking when I saw the lineup they were using in that match, I thought, oh wow, this is defensive. And why is he? Was it left back, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Why is he over there? I was thinking, but yeah, he gave me an answer to that.
Yeah. He proved your thoughts wrong.
Yeah, he was just shut up.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to predictions for this game.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm going to start,
Yeah, let's do this.
I think, let's say, last time we thought 2-0 to Dortmund.
Yeah.
And I think I've learned a little bit. I don't know if I learned enough, but I'm going to put it as a 1-1 draw.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
think
interesting.
Dortmund will actually score this time, but Tottenham is just going to they're just going to control the game. They just need to keep Dortmund quiet, and they're going to do enough. Like so,
I actually
yeah.
think they will.
A 1-1 draw and Tottenham goes through.
Yeah, I think they will use the tactic like. I think this time they will be pretty defensive in one way and try to like counter it in, and they will get a goal in my opinion. But Dortmund will win this match in my opinion with 2-1.
Okay.
That won't be enough for them, but I think they will have a greater chance here in this time around. But like I said, it won't be enough, and Tottenham would. I think they would go pretty defensive and try to like get that one away goal that changes everything. That really does it for them. And then they could defend in that way, because I don't think Dortmund will ever do 5 goals in that match.
No, even 3 I think is unlikely.
Yeah.
So if they Tottenham get 1 goal, they need 5, then that's a tie over for sure.
Yeah. So Tottenham true.
Yes.
After that I was really guessing when I saw the injuries in that back in early February, I think it was. I was like, Dortmund will win this easily.
Yeah.
Tottenham has no scorer at all. I was almost like that. Because Kane he has been carrying the team for a few seasons, in my opinion. In that way. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed us.
Yes, indeed.
We shouldn't doubt in them. So, the second match on the same day, actually, is the match between Real Madrid and Ajax. The first one ended 2-1 for Real Madrid, away, because they were in, what is the name of the stadium now again, Daniel? In Ajax?
They were, well, I don't actually know the name for the Ajax home stadium, sadly.
I think it's John excuse me for the pronunciation.
Oh,
here.
It's the Johan Cruyff Arena or something?
My pronunciation there isn't the best, but still, I think that's the arena. Actually,
not impossible. Seeing how big he is.
Yeah, he is
for
really,
them.
Yeah. So Real won that first match away with 2-1 against Ajax, and realistically, in my opinion, like they should have won that bigger if you look at the team, maybe. But Ajax were fighting well, in my opinion. Better than I thought, at least. And,
they even started the brightest. They had a disallowed goal in the first half. That would put them 1-0 up.
Yeah, and I think if that would have been allowed, that would have changed the whole match in one way.
Yeah. Then we might say, just add 1 to Ajax and we'll finish 2-2. I don't think it's that simple.
Oh.
So
that would have made Real Madrid more desperate.
Yes.
And open. They have had to open themselves for more attacks behind the defense and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the big thing here in the return match is, in my opinion, that Sergio Ramos isn't playing because he got his 3rd yellow card in the last match. So
that is a mess and a half.
Who will be the boss in the defense there?
Yeah. They have Varane. Yeah. He's good, but who's next to him?
And who's
will it be Nacho Fernandez? I believe his name is.
And can that player control? Can he control the defense like Sergio Ramos does?
Yeah. That's that might be like a stumbling block for Real Madrid. That they're lacking their chief centre backs. Even though Varane is really, really good, still Ramos who's the leader.
Yeah. So really, that's a big, enormous question for me. But I still think Real Madrid is the favorite here by a mile. Actually, if you look at the leagues they're playing in normally,
they really should be. But
yeah.
This season has been weird.
Yeah, in the league they have been really weird.
Yeah.
But in the Champions League, for some reason, they have been playing pretty good. if you compare to the league at least. So, the prediction for this one from my end is a 2-0 win for Real Madrid.
Yeah, they will finally finish Ajax off.
Yeah, finally. The fun is over now.
Yeah.
I would think it would be amazing if Ajax won it. I wouldn't take that away from them. It would be really nice for football in one way, because it's not funny if the same team goes long in this tournament year after year after year.
Mm.
And it's always fun when small teams beats the big teams, but still, I have to be realistic. I think Real Madrid will take this one.
Yeah. I agree with you, but I don't think that Courtois will be able to shut them out. So I'm going to say 2-1 to Real Madrid.
Oh. So
and I think actually,
the same result as
it's
in the last game?
yes. I thought 2-2 back then, but yeah, now I think at home 2-1. Ajax is still going to score again. But yeah, Real Madrid is just, they have experience on their side. Ajax is young and hungry, while Real Madrid just has that experience. They've been here before.
Ajax have
That's
been
gonna show.
enormous team in Europe, if I'm not totally mistaken.
Yeah.
A lot of years ago.
Yes.
That was then. They have been a
They
powerhouse.
have some really interesting youngsters though. They're going to probably lose a couple of them when the summer arrives. Yeah. Already one, I believe, is on the way to Barcelona. Frankie de Jong,
I think
center midfielder.
That deal is done, actually.
He's
an official Barcelona player.
Yeah. And I fear that that's not the only one they're going to lose. So next season, they might not be here at all. We'll see then, but yeah.
I think they will find a way, because that's pretty stable team. Not maybe in the round of 16, but in Champions League. The group stage. They should be able to do that.
They're still a good team, but say they lose. They will lose De Jong. Say they lose De Ligt in the center, the back line. They lose maybe Van de Beek, also in the midfield. And I think they're going to be like this year. They can. Sadly, they got Real Madrid, and that's always a tough team to get by. But yeah.
Yeah, no one wants Real Madrid in Champions League.
Yeah. No matter how they're doing domestically, they always find a way to be good in Champions League.
Exactly, and but I think Ajax in that way, that they're filling with new players, they're kind of, in my opinion, still a powerhouse in their own country.
Yeah,
they could take players, they attract players.
Yes, maybe although it's not as
maybe not as good as those two guys, but still they could get pretty good players from their own country.
Yeah, they're not super dominant in the Netherlands. We still got PSV and I don't know, maybe some other team. I know mostly about those two, sadly.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see one what will happen in the second leg, and two what will happen next year with Ajax. So it's going to be something to follow.
Yeah, that will be interesting. But sadly, teams like Ajax doesn't usually go further than this. Sadly, it's like it happens sometimes, but not that often.
Yeah,
because there are no bad teams in the round of 16.
No, so they made it this far.
Yeah, exactly. That's
and impressive. They gave Real Madrid a run for their money in the first leg, and I'm sure they're going to try to do it in the second leg as well.
I'm really impressed, but I have a hard time seeing that they could do that again in the same way. So.
Okay, moving on to the next round, which is on Wednesday, the 6th of March.
Yeah.
One day later, we move on to Paris Saint-Germain against Manchester United. Now, last game, PSG won with 2-0 at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And Well, even like they have some major injuries. If you look just on the names they're missing Edinson Cavani, they're missing Neymar. That's most like the two major names. And Edinson Cavani, we don't know when he's back. Neymar's rumored to be back early April, so he's going to miss quite a bit before he's back. And also missing their right back Thomas Meunier, which also don't know when he'll be back. But it didn't stop them in the last game when they faced, and they, like I said, they won 2-0 back then. And now for this game, Paul Pogba is going to be out for Manchester United with a double yellow in the last game. Which means he was suspended for 1 game. So yeah, it's not looking good for Manchester United, I would say.
No, I was believing in them before the last match actually, and
Yeah.
they showed me wrong because they were in their like winning streak still, like that. That new trainer, like a newborn almost.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, you thought they would win 3-2 at home
Yeah.
against Paris,
Yeah,
against PC. Well, I thought they would lose 3-1.
exactly.
They lost 2-0, so
Yeah,
we both were wrong in some way.
but
But
I have to give it to you still.
yeah, I was slightly closer.
Yeah, you were on the right goal difference at least.
Yeah, -2, or however you say
Yeah.
that. But yeah, going into this game, I just see no way of Man United to getting through this.
No.
Absolutely not without Pogba. So I'm actually going to say a 2-0 win for PSG.
Oh.
But I also believe this will be a game where they will go on to 2-0, maybe quite early, and then they have no reason to push on further. So they're just going to slow down the game. I think if they wanted to, they can maybe even run it further, but I don't think they will. Like they will stop at 2-0 in a way.
Yeah, I also think they will win this one, but I'm going for a 2-1 win for PSG. Because I
United
think,
will get their goal this time.
yeah, I actually agree with that they will go into the league lead very early, but United will get a goal sooner or later. In that, so I'm agreeing with you on that. Even 2-0 lead early, but then they will find a goal. Manchester United, it's just consolation goal, but still, it's a goal.
Yeah.
But
They're going to find one way past the PSG backline.
Yeah, one. That's what I'm giving them.
Yeah.
And I was actually really surprised when I saw this match going so badly for Manchester United, the first one. I was shocked by that. They were like, I hesitate to say this, but was Mourinho the coach that match?
No.
You know what I mean by that. They were playing like he was
you mean
that match.
Yeah.
And that's not a good grade.
Yeah, well, I think maybe that's what good teams do to you.
Yeah.
Like United was on a really good run domestically, and I don't think they had lost a game yet under the new trainer Solskjaer. Moving into this game,
they had a draw, I think, only.
Yeah, they had a draw against, I think it was Burnley or something like that, away from home, but that was their closest to defeat.
That's really weird draw.
Yeah, and then PSG coming without Neymar and Cavani also for that game. So maybe you thought it would be closer, but yeah. It's a difference being good and being like Champions League contender. Maybe not United is not there yet.
Oh.
So maybe that's what happens. Like Paris Saint-Germain is just
after that match
still at least one step above United.
Yeah, but after that match, United has shown that they're human in the league also.
Yeah.
I don't know what about that match that did that, but they haven't been going well since that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a rough wake-up call.
Yeah. Okay, maybe in the FA Cup then, but still. Yeah, like I said, it's a rough wake-up call. The honeymoon is over.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah. So, on the same day, we actually have Porto against Roma. And that one ended 2-1 to Roma in the first leg of that matchup. So you're more into those players than me in yours.
Yes. Yeah, Porto absolutely feels like they're. I think they're missing some key personnel. At least that's the feeling I got looking at their injury list. Missing Danilo Pereira, they're a really strong centre midfielder, I believe he is. Their top goal scorer from the group stages in Champions League, Musa Marega, is out until late March. While Pereira, we don't know. We have no estimation when he'll be back. And they're also lacking their winger Brahimi, also out, unknown when he's going to be back. So they might be back for a game, they might not.
Yeah.
But I think that's really gonna be a hindrance for them,
Yeah.
definitely, if they want to move on.
And they were like the. I have to mention that we talked about it in the last episode, but I have to mention it. They were winning their group in the group stage, Porto.
Yeah, and quite substantially so as
Yeah,
well.
they were really good
Yeah,
in that way. So if they found that form again, they could beat Roma.
yeah.
No
The,
questions asked.
the
But
question is who scores their goals if not Marega is on the
yeah,
pitch, which it's unlikely they'll be seeing that. They think late March is when they'll return, and
yeah,
well, this is very early March.
that's just if you go through this one. If you find a way
Yeah.
to go to the next stage, then he could be back.
Yes. And then it might be firing them even longer. Who knows?
Yeah. So what we were saying, let's see what we were saying about the first one.
Yeah.
What was your prediction there?
My prediction was actually 2-1 to Roma.
Oh, nice.
So I was actually spot on, which was a very nice start to my prediction, seeing that was the first game we went through last time.
Yeah. And I was going for 1-1.
Yeah. So
Almost.
close, but
Yeah. So I'm starting with the new prediction for this one.
mhm,
I'm actually going for a result of 1-1 again, weirdly enough.
mhm.
And that's based on the last match. I think this will be a boring match in one way. Roma will just what do you say? Going for a one away goal, then they will close down the field.
Mhm.
I think they can manage that against Porto.
Yeah.
That's I don't know how it is now in the Serie A, but that was really common a few years ago. That go for 1-0 then close it down.
Yeah.
And 1-1 is based on Porto might find a goal there, but that wouldn't be enough. So Roma through to the next run for me.
Yeah. And and for time again for our first the same prediction.
Oh,
I also written a 1-1. And the same as you. Roma is just going to do what they need to get through it. And maybe even Porto will stop them. I don't know. It's going to be a hard fought game. I don't think Roma is that far ahead of Porto if Porto has a good day. But yeah, I just think Roma is a little bit too good, even away from home. So they're gonna have this in the bag by the end of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, in my opinion, Roma has a slightly better team than Porto.
Yeah.
And they're used to playing better teams.
Yeah.
Because Porto is kind of a big team in Portugal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't know where Roma is today in the league. But they're definitely not
Me neither.
first.
No, that's Juventus as always.
By a mile.
They're somewhere there back there in the chasing group.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So
yeah.
I think Roma will take this, and I think it will be a hard fought match. If you like that match, maybe you should see it. But entertaining, like a lot of open spaces and that stuff, no, never.
Yeah.
They will
Okay.
be, yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to the fifth game of the second round, which is played on Tuesday, the 12th of March. And it's between Juventus and Atletico Madrid. Now, the first leg finished 2-0 to Atletico. at the Wanda Metropolitano. And it was a very close game, it felt like, most of the time. Very hard-fought game. And the two central defenders for Atletico Madrid was actually the ones that made them get the win in the end. Even though they had a disallowed goal by Morata bit into the second half. Which, in my opinion, is wrongly disallowed. But yeah, it's maybe not so important to
I
talk about
share
right
that
now. But
opinion,
yeah,
by the way.
say again, please.
I share that opinion, by the way. I'm agreeing
Yeah,
with you there. It's just rubbish to take away that goal.
yeah, it's weird, weird happening, so to speak.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Ex-
yeah, and I think this is two teams that actually aren't that good at playing a game like they did. If you know what I mean, those closely fought matches.
yeah.
They need to,
In that case, like
yeah,
Atletico, I think is way better at it.
yeah,
They're used fighting off Barcelona and their neighbors Real Madrid, while Juventus has been the big dog
yeah,
for many years now. They only get these close games in the Champions League.
yeah, exactly. They like they're almost taking the league easily once again.
Yeah, yeah. But for once, Cristiano Ronaldo signed from Real Madrid this summer to help them win the Champions League.
Yeah,
He's not firing on all cylinders, feels like,
no,
in the Champions League.
one goal if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, still one goal, and he had a really good free kick, sorry,
Yeah,
in this game. A little bit too central, and it wasn't that hard for Oblak to push it above the bar. But
oh,
like that was really like he had some shots, but that was definitely his best opportunity.
yeah,
But so yeah, I'm slightly, I would almost say disappointed that he hasn't been able to put his stamp on Juventus in that Champions League.
oh.
Like, yeah,
Yeah. I saw that too. That free kick, straight on the almost straight in the middle of the goal. That's really goalie territory.
yeah,
If you just put it by the post or anything, it would be an amazing goal. But too much in the middle. But it had some serious power.
indeed.
Yeah. And I'm really disappointed at him doing that badly in the Champions League that he has been doing this for. I'm surprised at that. He hasn't done more goals than he has managed to do.
Yeah, maybe he was so used of the work he got put around him at Real Madrid with all these amazing players giving him chances that maybe at Juventus he doesn't get the same service. I don't know. Like,
No,
that's just
they have
a
like
wild theory.
yeah, they have like other players who's supposed to get the ball and score in another way here, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He's
more than
not
they had at Real Madrid,
he's not
perhaps.
like the only like ridiculously good striker.
Mm.
He has a lot of players. They have a lot of players to give the ball to in front. You could score.
Yeah.
So he's not alone in that way anymore.
Hmm.
No, but not every player in Juventus is thinking, "Oh, I have to pass Ronaldo." In Real Madrid, he had he was more important in that way.
Or at least more on top. We
Yeah,
put it that way. Maybe he wasn't more important, but everyone
yeah,
felt like give the ball to he will score it. Like,
yeah. Here,
I don't know.
they have a lot of players. No, not maybe in the same caliber, but they have more players who can
Yeah.
do wonderful goals.
Mhm.
So, what are you going for in that match?
Now looking into the predictions
Yeah,
in front of the last game, I thought Juventus would win with 1-0. And you thought that Atletico would win with 2-1.
yeah,
This time, you actually won the prediction battle,
yeah,
if you say it like that.
yeah, exactly.
Now, going into this game, at Juventus Stadium, there are 2 down. Now, my prediction for this game is going to be a 1-1 draw.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I can't really tell you, I guess, why I would say a 1-1 draw, but I just feel that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
In a way, like Juventus is definitely going to be stronger at home than they were at the Wanda Metropolitano, but it's still Atleti, and they're still really good at defending when they need to. So yeah,
yeah,
they will just ground out what they need to win.
yeah,
I've said that many times this episode, but
yeah.
or
They,
this podcast, but it really felt like that's what teams do nowadays.
and
So,
I'm actually going with a 2-1 Juventus win.
oh, so they're going to win the game, but
Yeah,
not by enough.
exactly.
They're still going out.
I think they have an extra gear to put in at home soil.
Yeah.
I'm actually against the theory of home advantage. Like it doesn't a lot, but I think here it could do.
Yeah.
I think
And it's always better having
they
more
will
of your own
just
fans. Right?
they will
But
just
yeah,
unleash. They what do we have to lose?
Mm.
Almost like that.
Yeah,
Like
they really need to.
they have to go
They need
forward.
to pepper all black with shots from everywhere and just hope
Yeah,
that some of them go in.
yeah, exactly. They like play cautiously with a 2-0 disadvantage. No, no way. That
Yeah,
wouldn't work.
Atleti is way too good.
Yeah, that won't work. They they have to throw everything they got forwards
Mm.
and try to score. And that's also why Atletico Madrid will have one goal, just because of that tactic. That
Oh
they
yeah,
have,
hit them on the counter.
yeah, Juventus have to throw everything they got at them.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they will find something back there. That's a player who isn't where he's supposed to, or anything. They will find something.
Yeah, I can agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, because Juventus has nothing to lose, throwing everything they got.
Mm.
What the worst thing that could happen? They go out.
Yeah.
They will if they don't
Do they
try.
go out losing by 2, or do they go out losing by 1?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
maybe even by away goals?
Yeah, did we try to win or didn't we? Almost here. We at
Yeah.
least tried in that other way.
Yeah.
Playing cautiously, being under two, being as a disadvantage 2-0 to Atletico Madrid, that wouldn't work.
Mhm.
Because I don't think they have the time to do that. It's 90 minutes after all.
Yeah.
They would be, yeah, they have to throw everything. So yeah, going to the next match on the same day, 12th of March there, we have Manchester City against Schalke. So the first match that actually ended 3-2 to Manchester City. It was a, in many ways, ridiculous match. Like video refereeing, went to another level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That match was in a whole different league when it came to that. Everything was questioned by VAR.
Yeah.
I don't know how many situations, but like it felt like not every goal, but almost was in one way or another a VAR decision.
Yeah, that's the wrong, like that. Then it's gone too far.
Yeah.
I feel like. Of course, maybe it was really every single goal opportunity was something like, wait, are we sure? But I don't think it can't be like when it's 5 goals, like 5 goals, like it can't be everything that's that close that you can't trust your own eyes.
No.
No.
You can't use
Yeah.
VAR for you can't use that for everything, every time.
Yeah.
And in
Indeed.
that match also, was it Otamendi? It was that match. He got 2 yellow cards.
Yes.
First one was on the first penalty for a handball.
Yeah.
And the second one was just being stupid, in my opinion.
Yeah. The third one was hard. The second one was almost worthy a straight red.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, I guess that's, and that match was really weird. Manchester City went up 1-0, Then it turned
Yeah.
around to 2-1 to Schalke, and
Yeah,
then
by 2 penalties.
in some weird way, City took over again and won.
Yeah. And to make it even more fun, the red card for Otamendi came when Schalke was up 2-1.
Yeah,
So City clawed it back and won with one less player on the field.
exactly. Away, also.
Yeah.
So really weird
So,
match in that way.
yeah.
Entertaining, absolutely. But I don't think the coaches will agree with
Yeah.
with an awesome match to watch. If they weren't coaches for the teams, absolutely. But I think they were pulling their hair.
Probably.
Yeah,
Absolutely Guardiola.
yeah. He's like always jumping around, yelling and stuff. Have you ever seen him sitting down a whole match?
Whole match, no. I've seen highlights of down.
Uh,
But
oh, it has happened.
yeah, it's so special. It's actually a highlight as well.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
don't know why that's what's a highlight, but yeah,
it is a highlight. You don't see that
yeah,
every day.
yeah.
So yeah, we have Otamendi away for the next match in that facing off. And in Schalke, you have better. You know more about those players than me.
Yeah, they have some injuries. It's unknown for either of them. We have both Schöpf, a right-sided midfielder or right back, Embolo, and Stromboli. 3 players all out with injuries and unknown whether they're going to return. I can't say I'm a like master or know everything about Schalke and how important these players actually are for the starting lineup. I can't sadly to tell you how important they are, but they are good enough players to might do a negative effect on Schalke, but they will hope that they won't. That they will be strong enough without them. But yeah.
Yeah. And how well was our predictions in this one?
Yeah. Well, I went for a 3-0 win to Manchester City,
Yeah. And let's see
and you
mine.
won for a 4-1 win.
Yeah, I went for a 4-1 win. So tie there, in my opinion, in one way.
Yeah, both were 2 goals off.
Yeah. So I'm starting with this match for the prediction. I'm going with the result of 3-1 for Manchester City.
Mhm.
I don't think that this match will be as weird as the other one, and I think Manchester City will be able to play better now.
Yeah. Will it be another penalty goal from Schalke, or will they actually score from open play?
Penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this going to be another red card? No, we don't have to talk about that. But
No,
yeah,
yellow.
3-1. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going actually for the same goal difference, but 2-0.
Oh.
And I don't think like Schalke, they were in a way both of the penalties were kind of lucky. Like they were on the gray zone. Is that a penalty? Is it not a penalty? I don't think they will have the same luck in the second game,
No.
so they won't get any penalties with them, and City will just coach coach through. They won't go probably full power the entire game because they won't need to in the end. But yeah, they're gonna go through. I would almost say comfortably in the end.
I think so too,
Yeah,
but I'm guessing on another penalty for Schalke there.
yeah. Make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, next game on Wednesday, the 13th of March,
Yeah.
we have Barcelona against Lyon. Now, last game was a 0-0 draw. It was not a boring 0-0 draw. It was kind of more a show of how to stop a Barcelona. Lyon was really impressive.
Yeah, they were blocking
And
every like short pass option when it came to
yeah,
the dangerous ones.
yeah, amazing play. And it's almost sad that they didn't get a win out of it. I don't know how close they actually were to scoring a goal, but Like, it would almost worthy. The defense alone would be enough for me, at least, for them to win the game, just because
Yeah.
they were so good. But
They had some
that's not how
chances.
football works. So it's 0-0 after the first,
Yeah.
and I mean, Barcelona is missing one, I would say, major piece in Arthur. He might be back. He has a estimated time of early March, so he might be back in time. We'll see when the game is started. We record this quite a bit ahead of time, so
Yeah.
we don't know if he's going to be back or not.
Yeah,
So
we have to record it before the first matches go off.
yeah, even that
Yeah.
is a full 8 games or eight
Exactly.
days. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
agreeing with you. They were amazing at stopping Barcelona. Barcelona's only real chances came off long shots, and
yeah,
Barcelona players aren't known for good at being like snipers in football. They are not known for that.
yeah. No, that's not their style.
No, they had some pretty good ones, but they were pretty easy to stop. So yeah, I'm really impressed by Leon in that match.
Yeah. Now, if you go to predictions of last week, I thought a 2-1 win. You thought a 4-0 win, both to Barcelona.
Yeah.
We were wrong, both of
Yeah.
us. It was way closer than I think either of us understood.
Yeah.
So now comes the question for this game. I'm going out first, and I would actually say a 1-0 to Barcelona.
And I'm going.
Now, I'm not sure if
Yeah.
this is after full time or it's extra time or
Yeah.
maybe even penalties. I could see Lyon doing as well defensively for another game. They're not lacking any major players. They don't have any suspensions, any injuries, at least not at the time of recording. And so they might be able to do it again. And in that case, it might take even penalties for Barcelona to win it, but I think they will win it at the end.
Yeah. And I'm going. This will. There's like I said before, the honeymoon is really over here. I'm going by logic. Sorry, Leon, but I'm going for a 4-0 Barcelona win.
You still want that 4-0 to happen?
I don't want it to happen. I don't just think it will happen. Don't
Yeah.
forget that thing. I'm actually liking when the small team win. But here, I think it's over.
Yeah, you don't think
Barcelona
Lyon
will.
can do another defensive
No,
display
I
like
think
the
it's
first
over.
game?
I don't think they will have to be able to do that one time. Yeah, okay. Not another time.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not. It can't be easy
Yeah.
stopping a good team like Barcelona for a full 90 minutes.
Oh.
But I still don't. I still trust them to, if not completely concede, then almost concede again and just concede one.
If I didn't know it was true the first match, I would say that defense against Barcelona was too good to be true. That was like,
Almost, yeah.
yeah, that was like the big teams around Europe or in the world should watch that.
Yeah.
That's how you stop Barcelona. If you're wondering about that, that's exactly how you stop them.
Yeah. That's a new video for every single club in the entire country or entire world that's going to face Barcelona at any time.
Exactly.
Watch this game against Lyon so we learn how to stop them.
Yeah, and in my opinion, they were. I don't know if they were, but it seemed like not exactly the same tactic. But I was seeing flashbacks from Barcelona against Chelsea at Camp Nou. When Chelsea just throwed Pogba 1-0 for them and they just parked the bus. But Ajax were actually going forwards also, but the defense, they were like really, really good. I like.
So a bit interesting to see.
Yeah, Ajax was actually more brave. I hope they'll be as brave in the second one.
They were mean Lyon, I believe.
Oh, Lyon. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
My bad. Like they were really brave in that matter. They were actually going forwards, not only defending. They were going forwards also, and that Barcelona could have outplayed them there if they would be unlucky. But they really tried to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think logic will take this one, and the honeymoon is over. even here. So let's go to the last match, also on Wednesday the 13th of March. It's Bayern München, sorry, against Liverpool. This is a hard one in my opinion. The big thing, if you count players who can't play, is Kimmich in Bayern Munich isn't playing. That's really bad.
Yeah,
Both
third yellow card.
Yeah.
Their best right back by far.
Yeah.
It's
and it's both defensively and offensively, sadly.
Yeah. They also have Thomas Muller still being gone for another game with that red card he pulled up against the last game of the group stages.
Yeah. He was kicking
but
someone in the head.
Yeah, not good. Not a good thing to do.
And that other player
Now
wasn't
looking
even
at
laying down.
Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, that would have made it maybe a little bit more understandable, although it's not understandable to kick someone in the head, but yeah. Now looking at the injury list, they might, there's a slight chance they will have a massive player in though that has been gone pretty much the entire season. And that's Tolisso on the midfield. He is said to be back around the middle of March. He's been out pretty much since, I would say, October or something like that with a cruciate ligament rupture. It's been long since you saw him on the pitch. He might not be ready, even if he's fit by then. But
maybe it's unfair.
Looking at those injuries, like they actually, I almost feel like they need Tolisso to be able to fend off Liverpool, almost. With Kimmich missing, because he's so important for them.
If they need to throw him in, because it would be unfair in one way to throw him in, like, oh, your first match for a long time, Liverpool. Here you go.
Yeah. That's the balance.
I'm hoping that they could use him at least one game before that or something.
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't even know if he's going to be back.
Exactly.
I almost hope he is, because I want him to have this one big game this season. But yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, and that the first one ended 0-0, if I didn't say that, and this is makes it in one way, in my opinion. This is a really hard one to predict.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare in many ways.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
even the ball, holding the ball, that was really close.
Yeah.
And shots on goals also.
Yeah. Like, look, our prediction for the first was 1-1 for me and 3-1 to Bayern for you.
Yeah.
And, well, none of us were right, as you previously mentioned. Yeah, it's such a hard game because it's two really good teams, both defensively and offensively. They kind of, in a way, locked them like they were too even in the first leg. So.
But one thing I'm thinking of, maybe I shouldn't be thinking of it, is how does it go in the league, in that opinion, in a way.
Yeah.
Liverpool is doing the same as Dortmund right now. They're tying their matches.
Yeah.
A lot.
On top but losing ground.
Yeah.
While Bayern München is second but gaining.
Yeah, exactly. And in Liverpool's case, Manchester City is gaining. They're gaining ground on them.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's some kind of some kind of psyche from the league positions they both are in. Are they going to matter? Or how much are they going to matter?
Exactly. Because if you look at